A part of me feels like I'll always be there. I moved to London in September. I always knew I'd be back at one point to collect the piece of my heart I'd left. On this day, I went to Windsor, a famous town near where I grew up. The train pulled into a shopping complex where we bought our shoes before each new school year, where I got glasses for the first time, the Waitrose I'd go to with my mom to buy groceries. I lived in England until I was 10 years old. I always felt the need to prove where I came from. It hasn't gone away. I don't sound British. I don't look Mexican, whatever people think that means. And I didn't even live in the US until I was 10. I never knew where that left me, where I was from, who I was. But I knew I loved it here. I loved growing up in my little town and going to the international school. I loved the castles and the royalty and the humor and the landscaping. I've always loved the landscaping. My mom came to visit me in October, and she told me about a walk she had done one time with a friend. It took them 3 hours and started at the Long Walk in Windsor, then went through our favorite collection of parks that we'd go to all the time, and ended at our hometown. The Long Walk is around 5 kilometers from Windsor Castle to a great big statue on top of a hill. One year, when it snowed, we sledded down that hill. I don't remember it, but I remember the photos and the feelings from that time. I don't have many memories from my childhood, from my years growing up here. It's bits and pieces and feelings that I don't think are 100% true. Everything's glossed over by the warm glow of nostalgia. I thought that by doing this, perhaps I'd remember more. Connect with a part of myself I thought I had to bury to survive. The move wasn't easy on me, being the new kid in the last year of elementary school in a small town, in a small public school, with a teacher who got fired off tenure the next year for abusing students. We are everything that has ever happened to us. We are everyone we have ever known. My mom likes touching history, putting our hands on old walls and monuments. I touched the stones at the base of the statue and thought of her. My dad loves birds and wildlife. It reminds him of his dad, who loved it too. I hear the birds sing, and I see them fly, and I think of him, of them both. My brothers love adventure. As kids, we used to jump through all the hedges on the edges of the wild brush. I did that on this walk, and I thought of them. I saw the totem pole we'd always come to. I got ice cream at a truck that's in the same place it's always been on a warm day. I passed to the remodeled parking lot and the local pub under renovation because not everything can stay the same. I walked down the street we'd have to take to get to school, and it was longer than I remembered. I entered the roundabout we'd spin around in to get anywhere, and that I'm not sure I ever left. I passed our closest grocery store, the Chinese place we'd always order takeout from, where my brother broke a glass the one time we went to eat in person. I passed the salon my mom got her hair cut at, the convenience store the bus driver took us to one day after the high schoolers on my bus had begged him to all year. I was 8 years old and didn't have any money, and he bought me a Lucozade and a snack, and I think of it often. And then I took the train to London, and I realized how far I've gone, and how nice it is to go back to where I started.